Hey guys, how's it going? Been a while since we've done a video. I figured we'd talk and go over some things. Comic-Con is over. 2015 July Comic-Con has passed. Man, that was a roller coaster ride, getting things together, getting the demo team together. Had people bail out at the last minute. Some things happened that couldn't be avoided, but it was an incredibly good time. We had such a blast. We played a ton of games. Jessica was there with one other Looney Lab technician. They had the awesome chance to play with Andrew Looney. He is the designer or the creator behind the Flux games and Lunacy and a couple other games, but he is the man as far as game design goes for Flux, and they got to game with him. How awesome is that, right? I mean, that's incredible. So they got to do that, which was totally awesome. I was a little bit jealous, but I got to game with him a little bit too. We got to try out 2 new games that have been released and a ton of prototypes that he took, and he wasn't supposed to show us, but it's his company, his games. The 2 games that he brought for us were Adventure Time Flux, which is based off Adventure Time cartoon show that is really awesome. It's really good. It's on Cartoon Network. It's a really solidly fun game. It's got a lot more characters in it. It's got a ton of abilities. The cards are great. The artwork is very familiar. If you've played any of the Flux games before, you know, but the creepers, if you've seen the show, if you're a fan, focus. You've got the Candy Zombies. You've got Hanson Aberdeen. I mean, you know, he's Marceline's dad. Marceline's in the game. Princess Bubblegum's in the game. Lumpy Space Princess is in the game. All the princesses just about are in the game. Finn and Jake are in the game. BMO, Ice King. It's really cool. You know, Marceline has Hudson Aberdeen actually allows you to steal Marceline from other players, and they've got her in their keeper area. We've got the Lich. There's a lot of creepers in this game. There's James Baxter is an ability. Discards all abilities, and all hand limit cards are taken out. It's really a good time. So it's really fun and really well drawn. It's really good time. You know, you've got Gunther. The amount of keepers is really cool, and the different characters that he brought in. So it's really a fun time. It just dropped. I recommend picking it up. I ordered my demo kit because, as you know, I'm part of the Looney Labs demo team, or a Looney Labs technician. So we got the demo stuff early. There were a ton of orders. Ours just came like the day before yesterday. It was great. Next up, the other game that he brought, Batman Flux. This is based on the Batman animated series from a while ago, the Batman Beyond universe, those things in the 90s. This game is tough. Holy smokes, I will tell you. One of the cool things that came with this game, by the way, are 2 promo cards. One is Clayface and one is Two-Face. And the Two-Face promo comes with a coin. Batman on one side, DC logo on the other. So the coin, actually, you have to do coin flips for it. You can either to negate an ability or lose your entire hand, and you flip your coin for it. So it's really awesome that I can do that on camera without actually thinking about it. The cards are really cool. They're what you'd expect. You've got Batman, the Batcave. But what's really cool about this is if you look at the borders and stuff in the text, it's really in keeping with the game. If you look at the border and stuff, it's very Art Deco-ish like the cartoon was. You've got Commissioner Gordon and you've got Batgirl. It's as one of the goals. They're also keepers. But what's really awesome are the villains. Now there's action cards or rule cards that if you have villains, you can actually steal keepers from other players. You can put them back. You've got the Batmobile. It's just amazing. You've got Harley Quinn. The amount of art and stuff that went into it, and you've got Wayne Manor and Bruce Wayne. So you've got a ton of cards, and the art. You've got Bane, which was always one of my favorite characters. I don't think in the cartoon he got enough play, but it's really good. It's really fun. The abilities that some of the villains that will let you do, and some of the other abilities. So there's cards that will actually allow you to keep an action in play regularly. I think it's called the Capal action. But once that happens, it drives you nuts, and it's really a good time. But it's really good. The words and the verbiage and everything just invokes the cartoon show so much, and it's really a good time. So here's the Two-Face promo card that I was telling you about. And it's awesome that you can, there's actually a card, it's called Arkham Asylum. It allows you to keep all the villains out of sight until you need them. And then there's one called Jailbreak, where you let all the villains out and you spread them out, and there's essentially, with the Batman villains, if anyone has a keeper or a creeper, you can't win the game. Like, nobody can win the game. That's one of the conditions, unless you've got a specific card that allows that rule to be changed, or you need the villains for something for the win condition. The Rogues Gallery. Both, you know, everyone's goes, oh, Flux, it's all luck based, it's this, there's no skill. Flux, if you've ever played it with some veteran Flux players, there is some skill level, there is some stuff to it, some thinking. It's not just luck based. The drawing of the cards is luck based, yes, but how you use the cards is not. These are really fun. I recommend you get them both. They're just so awesome, the artwork and everything, and just the replayability of them. I played both of these games at least 5 times yesterday, each on top of the other versions of Flux that we played. Really good time. So me and Eric had a good time with that. The other thing that they released that we didn't get to play at San Diego Comicon, Flux dice. You're thinking, what's the dice? What's the big deal with the dice? Well, what's the thing with the dice? The dice are what you roll instead of flipping the cards. You know how you flip a card, flip one, play one? Well, the dice, you roll the dice, and that'll tell you how many cards to play, and how many to pick up, how many to draw. So one is the draw, one is the play dice. And let me tell you, when we were playing this yesterday, we decided to immediately break these out with the other sets. The dice are the most unforgiving thing in the world, and if you think Flux is all, you know, just a mindless game, this will wreck your world. This will totally draw you back in and make you want to try it again, because the dice add such a dynamic to it. It's just this will literally ruin you if you hate luck-based games, because the dynamic of rolling the dice is crazy. The things that you have to do with it. So there are some cards that come with this. You've got the Bad Luck Creeper. You can only roll the draw die, and if you play one, if a player rolls double ones and they get this card, if you have Lucky Charm, discard this card. So there's a Lucky Charm Keeper, there's a Creeper that's Bad Luck. There's an action that says roll for it, and roll the draw die and take the following actions. So that these cards specifically go with the dice. We were playing without them yesterday. We played with them initially, and then it kind of, you kind of have enough fun with them where it doesn't matter if you're using them or not. It's kind of a great time. So that's the Looney Labs portion of our that's show. What we did at Comic-Con, and we had a great time with it. What else did we do at San Diego Comicon? We did many games. Many games. Played King of Tokyo, King of New York. We had a mini tournament. There was one other ILO volunteer there helping me out. He was a great guy. Fortunately, he allowed me to have some breaks and stuff, and I jumped in and he helped me out in between. So we had a good time. King of Tokyo, King of New York, we've gone over those games. They're really good, very engaging, very fun. They draw people in. They're good for pretty much any age. I liked them a lot. So it was a good time. The other game that I played a ton of, the only reason I'm not showing you the King of Tokyo, King of New York is for 2 reasons. Let's see. First one is I don't have them out in a handy place to grab them, actually. And I've already talked about them at length. Yeah, ad nauseum. Yeah, I've already gone over them at length, so we don't need to do that. Hello! But we did play a ton of this. Catan. This is probably as close to a resource game as I can handle. I'm not gonna lie, admittedly, I am not a big fan of Catan. I was never a fan, just because of the fan base that it tends to attract. Usually die-hard Catan fans aren't really looking to play anything else. They just want to play that next Catan. And I'm going to tell you, after playing this about 1 million times at San Diego Comicon and doing demos of it, I am a Catan fanboy myself. And let me tell you, I am looking for the things to buy, all the stuff, and it is amazing that I have not discovered this game before. I do regret that I had not, I've had copies of the game before, and they usually disappear because I just never play them, and it's one of those things I'm like, hey, you want to trade for a thing? I got the Catan. And they're like, hey, okay. So I wound up getting a newer version of Catan that actually has all the stuff advertising Gen Con and the big Catan Championship this year for 2015 in the box, which is kind of interesting. Also comes with the bumper sticker that I seem to not ever run out of these things. I always have these. People give them to me. It's like collecting stamps, except it's the bumper stickers. But the art is different on the tiles. That's what my point that I'm getting at. That's for the sheeps. It's for the wood and your clay or your brick, whatever. People tend to get very protective about how you refer to these things. It's the wheat and your stone, your quarry. Quarry. People get real protective. They're like, oh my God, you called it wheat and not hay, or you called it sheep and not a field, or field and not sheep. You called it clay and it's supposed to be blah, blah. So, yeah, piss off fanboys. It's going to hurt you. But one of the cool things, I had managed to get Game Trader magazine. I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's a magazine for game trading. It's basically an industry book for these shops to look at new things and order stuff. But it came with these promos. This is from the World Championship in Berlin from 2014. It's one of the tiles that they used. Here's another one that it came with. These are cool because you use these in place of the desert, and if you're playing the larger game with the 5 to 6 player expansion, you use both the tiles at the same time. And what's cool about this is it comes with the bear. Now I don't know why. So you use the bear instead of the robber, and he has his own specific rules that I don't have in front of me, so we're not going to go over them. I'm a bear. This is probably one of the better ones because some of them got beat up in transit and stuff, but you put them together and you've got a little three-dimensional bear. There you go. Look at that guy. You use him in place of the robber. It's just great thematically. People loved it. They were all excited about it. People are super weird with this game, and I'm going to tell you the other reason. I already kind of specified why, and I'm going to piss off a lot of people because they're like, oh, well, that's my favorite game. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't care. I like it now too. I'm a bit of a fanboy. Also my set came with the borders for it when you built the tiles. Ha ha! The robber in this set is primer gray. People were like all happy about that. Oh, finally the robber's not racist. Oh, the robber's not racist. Oh, no, he's not racist. Number one, guys, gals, humanity at large. It's a fucking piece of wood. Pardon my French. English. It's a meeple, guys. Seriously? It's racist because they used to paint it black. It was probably cheaper, and it did look better than the freaking primer gray BS that's going on right here, which, now that I remembered that, he's getting spray painted black. If you guys have a problem with that, sorry. I just like it better because it looks better thematically and it sticks out better. So, yeah, you can't. It's, for real, guys, racist. You're idiots. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is me coming from the heart right here, saying, if you get seriously, if this turns into a Facebook fucking protest, a meeple, you'll have disappointed me in my heart. Because it's a meeple. You can't. I don't understand. Why are people so sensitive? So yeah, Comic-Con went great. I do have one complaint. They separated gaming from the main convention center this year. It's the first time they've ever done that. In past years, we've been in the main hall up in the mezzanine. which is a level between the first floor and the sales pavilion. You kind of go through an escalator, it's the midway point, and that would take you out to the back area, the convention center. There's like a fountain and a stage and whatnot back there. And it takes you, if you keep going, out to the harbor and stuff that's down there. So they moved us to the Hyatt. Now the Hyatt is not the hotel directly adjacent to the convention center. That's the Marriott. The Marriott's having some construction down. They lost one of their towers, so a lot of their convention space and everything, it's at a premium at the Marriott. They just don't have the space to continue with the Magic tournaments and all the other stuff they used to have there. So the convention center got to keep Pokemon. And those guys that do the jousting stuff, they get to keep it for whatever reason. So they moved us over to the Hyatt on the 3rd floor. Now, initially, if you look at a map of the convention layout and the hotel and everything, it doesn't look too far. I mean, you know, on a map, that's about a mile. In reality, miles way the hell out there. Map mile? Real mile. Now this wasn't a mile away. It was maybe a quarter to a half, about a quarter, a little over a quarter mile maybe, or less. I'm fat. It felt like forever. So in July, I had to trek my chubby ass through the convention center to my hotel to do my game demos. This wouldn't have been as big a deal had our accommodations not had such a weird bus thing. Our bus shuttle is, for whoever's been to Comic-Con knows, you'll know this. For those of you that don't, I'll explain it real quick. When you stay at a hotel that is not directly adjacent to the convention center, because those are millions of dollars, you have to take what's called the shuttle route. And they have orange, pink, green, purple, and I think one other color maybe. And those routes, those shuttles, each color goes to a different set of hotels, and then they circle around and then they come back to the convention. And they do that essentially 24 hours from Thursday through Sunday, after Sunday evening. So we got all the shuttle routes. All the shuttles stop right directly in front of the convention center, except for mine. Mine stopped on the opposite end of the baseball stadium, which I'm blanking on the name right now. If you're a San Diego Padres fan, you'll know the name of the stadium. For those of you who've been down there, if you're ever in the Gaslight area, it is the baseball stadium that's right there. Is that Candlestick Park or Oakland something or other? I don't know. Anyway, it stops not there's like a road that goes from that like right into the in front of the conventions area. Boom, boom, you can just cross the street, you're there. No, they stopped behind the baseball stadium, so you had to walk out, either go over this sky bridge that goes over the road, goes many flights of stairs over, and then many flights of stairs down, and then walk the length of the convention center to get to the hotel. Now, if we were just doing the convention and going to the convention center, this would not have been a big deal, except we literally had to walk probably about a mile from where the bus dropped us off to the hotel to do the game demos. Now, thankfully, the gods were with us, and it wasn't a hot day. It wasn't a cool day, but it was not a hot day. Hot weekend. It actually didn't get hot until Sunday when we were leaving, which is a blessing in disguise, because there's nothing like fat cosplayers and game guys walking around all you know. So it was a blessing like that. So I did not like it, which goes without saying. I didn't like it. I'm not happy with it. But everyone there that knows that I was protesting, and they understand, and everyone else had the same complaint. So other than that, it went great. I mean, I loved being in the hotel. It was great. We had everything to ourselves, and we didn't have a lot of wandering around. We had people that were there. People that were there for gaming were there for the gaming. They were there specifically for us. It was a good time. Cryptozoic was there. Got to meet Sarah and Mateo from Cryptozoic. Sarah is the marketing coordinator, and Mateo is one of the lead game designers. It was really cool to meet them. I got to meet up with Sarah and Cecilia. They're the Cool Mini or Not demo team that kind of does everything. I mean, they're everywhere. These girls, a mother-daughter duo. whenever they're doing demos, they're together, and they help me out when I do my event at CQ and then other stuff, and they do tabletop day with us and stuff. So it's a really great time. And then you have who else was there? Oh, Tim Fowler was there. Burgle Brothers. I talked to you guys about that game before. That's the multi-level cooperative board game where it's a heist game. Really fun, really well thought out. He was there. It was a great time. One of the other people that were there that I got to see was Adam Rosenblum. I didn't get a chance to play his game, Parallax. I was so busy doing other stuff. Adam, I apologize. He was there doing demos on Saturday for the game. The game's getting ready to launch on Kickstarter. I'll be doing an interview with Adam soon. Parallax is the miniatures game with the different races, animal-based, human-themed. Really cool world split, magic and science colliding. It's a good time. It'll be a romp. Look out for the Kickstarter. It'll be a good time, I promise you. Join that Kickstarter and you will know what it's like to sing with angels. I promise. Or you'll get some really awesome minis that you can paint and do awesome things with and play a really fun game with. More likely the case with that. Don't judge me. Adam's a friend, and I love the game, and I love helping him promote it. Who else was there? Andromeda Fight League. These guys. Okay, I've told you guys about this game before. You're going, I know, you've told us about all the games before, but you're only showing us this one. Yeah, whatever. These guys were there doing demos, doing a little bit of play testing. It is the game I told you about before, the draft fighting game, helping them work on getting the rules cleaned up and finalized, and final packaging and all the things. It's going to be a great time. It should be kind of amazing, fun time. They were there. Tony and Noah, father-son duo. Noah created the game. Tony, his dad, believes in it and wants to help him promote it and unload it and sell it. So it'll be a good time. This will be on Kickstarter at the end of this summer. I'm thinking early September. Really a fun game, really a good time. I believe in this game as well. Hopefully the Kickstarter is not going to be too expensive. I believe they're going to try and price it between 20 and 30 bucks, maybe about 40 tops, depending on how many awesome add-ons they have. So look out for that too. Otherwise, what's going on? What updates have I got for you? I've been really big in the ALO games for two reasons. ALO games are fun. I am an ILO volunteer, and ILO makes games for kids. And as some of you know, I have kids. Pina Parada. I picked this up at Strategic Con a couple years ago with the wife and kids. It is a really fun, basically, you play a card and you've got to match it. So this one's got a rabbit and a walrus dude on it. So in order to match it, I just have to match one of the animals to put on top of it. So put the walrus guy on top, and then so on like that. If you don't have anything to match, you have to draw a card. And then what you're doing, the point of the game is to get 4 pirate tiles. Let's see if I can do this. I didn't practice this, so if I get it down on the first thing, you know, somebody owes me alcoholism. Just kidding. Functioning alcoholic over here, guys. I've been drinking since I was born. No, just kidding, guys. Abstain from alcohol. It's the devil's juice. It's a gateway drug. It's a gateway drug. I mean, I only drink on days that end in Y, so go with that. So you're trying to collect these 4 little map pieces to make your island with an X. Ha! See? 4 of them. And you put them all together. And the awesome thing with these tiles is when you win, you get 4 of them, but you got to decide which one you're going to add as the new rule. You get 2 of them to pick from, and you add new rules to the game as you go. The rules are on the back side to make it a little bit more interesting, and then you keep the rest of them for your map. And whoever gets the map completed wins the game. So it's really awesome, very straightforward game to play. ILO's games are always real fun, and I love them to death. One of the other ones that I got was Pingo. It's the Penguin Island game. If you guys know the space penguin from that you can get in the King of Tokyo tournaments, you get the penguin is from Pingo. He's a stone statue in there, and he comes to life and he kills you and stuff. But that game's cool because it comes with like a musket plastic gun thing that you use, and you have to shoot the different targets when the appropriate time. You play with music, which is awesome because it's timed, and the music cues you as to whether it's day or night or if there's action going on. So it's really a good time. I would play it for you now, but I don't know if it's copyrighted or not. So, let's talk, guys. I told you about some Kickstarters, Parallax and Andromeda Fight League. Currently I'm backing several Kickstarters. I don't want to talk about it because I like a lot of Kickstarters. I don't back all of them just because financially, who can do that? I back the ones I really enjoy or the ones that hit me kind of at the right moment. I'm like, oh, I've got some extra money, but in hold in my pocket, don't have to feed the babies this month. So, yeah, I'm backing a couple of them. I did meet a great guy, Gamer Matz. His Kickstarter's going. I've linked it on the Facebook page. Really awesome Kickstarter. It's probably the only one I'm going to mention just because I love that he will customize your mat with any artwork you want. He will make it any way you want it, and it'll be the exact same price. He's got a bunch of pre-made designs and things, space, fields, snowscapes, those types of things. But he will customize it for you with whatever artwork you want, whatever. If you want a grid pattern put on, or if you want to play something specific, or if you want like a dread ball mat or blood bowl or anything like that, he'll customize the grid on it for you. He's a graphic designer. It's not a big deal. He's going to charge you the exact same price. I will link it down at the bottom. So, yeah, give it a look, guys. It's probably one of those. What else is going on? Strategicon is coming up. I'm getting back into the minis. What? Billy's going to play minis? Say what? I'm going to be demoing Flux. I'm going to be demoing Boss Monster, of course. I'm also going to be demoing Boss Monster 2. The second edition. Hasn't come in yet, so I don't have it to show you. I'm going to be doing that at Strategicon. I will also be doing miniatures gaming at Strategicon in Her Majesty's name because I got the new books. What's up, ninjas? I'll be doing a review of the new books. I have Sleeping Dragon, Rising Tiger, Sleeping Tiger, Rising Dragon, something like that. I can't remember the name. I just had it in my hands. And so I'm going to look at those and the new compendium. I'm going to be talking to Craig soon. Craig Cartmel, many of you guys know he's the creator and designer and writer of the rule set, or one of them anyway. So he's devised it. And for those of you that don't know, Her Majesty's Name is this great game that lets you customize everything. You can do the pre-made crews and all the whole thing, or you can do your own custom crews that give you all the stats on all the weapons and all the things to do it. You can overbuff your guys like many of you guys have heard me talk about before. My League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, super OP crew, very, like, I can take like 4 models at a time, whereas other people are taking millions of models. I can only take a few of them. My guys are so OP that they usually wipe the field with everybody, because, you know, I've got Alan Quartermain. I literally gave him a 36-inch range on his rifle, and he can shoot through terrain. He's got bullet bending. What's up? You know, and so my guys are super OP, where I just need like 4 of them and I'm dominating an entire table. Unless I'm getting overwhelmed by zombies, then I'm screwed. Whatever's, you know. I will, let's see, what else have I got going on? 40K, I'm working on that. I'm actually doing, I'm going to go into fantasy a little bit. I'm picking up a box of Age of Signar. Starter box, because who can beat the price? You get 2 crews, basically 2 starter sets, you get the rule book and all the things. That's like the best price at $125. 125, not $125. What else? Yeah, that. I've been playing Munchkin a lot. Eric sold me the crack. Well, he gave me the crack, and now he's making me get into it more. And he keeps giving me promos, which are great. The promos are awesome. I never really gave Munchkin a chance. It's like Catan, where I was like, nah, that crowd is kind of not my speed. And then I played it, and I'm like, holy shit, I'm like these people, only better looking. So, Eric has got me totally hooked on Munchkin right now. It's a fun game. I really enjoy it. I picked up the Adventure Time Munchkin, and then he gave me a deluxe box. It's really an enjoyable game, and all the little promo cards and stuff that I keep getting slipped are like, they add like this new dimension to the game too. It's kind of like the new, like adding the dice to Flux. It just makes it more enjoyable, and you're like, I need that card. I know that card's in there. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get that card. And then somebody else gets it, and you're like, oh, I hate you. I want to crush your soul. I'm gonna power up your monster and buff him and fuck you over, because it's a great game. Backstabbing. It's just like dating. You're cheating. Yeah, so otherwise, guys, we've got some events. September is going to be booked solid. there's like 6 or 7 conventions that I have to try to. I'm probably going to only go to like 3. I'm not going to lie. But it's going to be a busy month. Missing out on PAX Prime is going on. I got offered a ticket to go do demos at that, but the travel and the expensive time and stuff, I just can't do it. I also got offered and missed tickets to Gen Con because I went to Strategic Con, because that's a convention I'm committed to, because that's the one I've done in the past, and that's the local. And I love, I would love to be able to travel out of state and do all these conventions I get invited to. I got invited to Phoenix Comicon. I've gotten invited to Salt Lake City Comic-Con. I've gotten invited to conventions up north. We went to, the travel would be great, and I'd love to go to those conventions, but my loyalty, first and foremost, is locally. So if I've got conventions that conflict, I'm going to do the local scene first, because those are my boys. That's the area I want to grow, and I would love to travel out and help people grow their areas, but first and foremost, my priority is going to be my area, California. Well, the Indie Gaming Alliance, I am doing Arizona, Nevada, or part of Nevada. I'm sharing that with a woman, I believe. Utah, Hawaii, California. Not bad. It's a good time. I enjoy it. IGA is wonderful to me. Whenever I need stuff, boom, it's here on the door. Sometimes I gotta pay shipping. Not a big deal. So they always provide me with a little bit of stuff. But I will try. I'm trying to actually figure out a way that we can start traveling out more, and I think we're just going to have to reprioritize our budgeting for local conventions and do more outside conventions, which isn't bad. It'd be really good to get out and actually meet some of the people I talk to online and have interactions with and make fun of and pick on and kick while they're down and talking about their lives and their breakups, and I'm like, you loser. So it'll be fun. Otherwise, we have an event coming up on the 22nd at Comic Quest. It's going to be our developer day. Kelly has been instrumental and wonderful in helping me organize that. It's basically designed for local game designers, component makers, all the indie guys, basically, to come out, show off what you got, what you're working on, talk to people, network a little bit, show the public, get the local gaming community interested in what you're doing, and get some support locally. Because I think what a lot of people forget when they're developing and designing their games, unless you live in Timbuktu and you're in the middle of nowhere and you have no access to anything, the local community is where it starts for a lot of them. It's just the way it is. If you're going to get people excited about your game, local. That's where you got to start. You got to start at your favorite local game shop or your FLGS and work from that and start from that and build your base. Once you've got a solid local foundation, getting the word out, it will be easy. Getting people interested will be easy. So, that's my bit of advice. Also, price point. Don't try and rate people. It's a bad time. Otherwise, guys, yeah, it's a good time. So I think I'm going to sign off. I've talked about Her Majesty's Name, talked to you about the Fluxus, talked to you about ALO, talked to you about the Catan, the Andromeda Fight League. I want to thank Eric, who was really helpful in getting us into San Diego Comicon, and when I needed extra things or help or anything, he was there. He's the man. Eric got me up to San Luis Obispo to do Polycon 33. That was really a fun time. That was both of our first times there. That was the smallest convention I've done in a while. I mean, literally, maybe no more than 50 people in the room at a time, but I guarantee you, I saw badges that went upwards to the 500s, and they had different areas of the college that we were at. They had different rooms in that building that we were using for the different things. They did a movie night. They did, Saturday they did a barbecue and fed us, me and Eric. Took full advantage of that, and we ate many times hamburgers and hot dogs. And we played so many games. I played Red 7. Finally got to play Machikoro, which I realized after the fact that I have a copy of that I am dying to use because it's a fun game. It's a really cool game. So yeah, Eric was really instrumental in getting me up there, and we stayed at Murder Ranch, which was a great time. Very peaceful and beautiful up there during the day. Scary as fuck at night. Holy shit. If someone ever tells you they're taking you to a ranch and they drive off-road, and you're spending about a half hour off-road making turns and switchbacks and stuff, and then your cell phone dies the moment you leave the main highway, there's a body up there somewhere, and you're probably going to join it. But it's a beautiful ranch. It was a wonderful time going around with Eric and stuff, and showed me his place. It was nice, and we had a very enjoyable time at the convention, and they really enjoyed us and appreciated us. And I think we kind of threw them off because we were the only real demo team up there. So it was really fun and enjoyable, and I kind of am grateful. This year has turned into such a great year, just with all the people I've met and networked with over the last year that are kind of pulling everything together. So yeah, anyway guys, I'm gonna sign off. I'm rambling now. So, you know, happy gaming, and may the dice always roll in your favor. See you guys around. Okay guys, we're here at San Diego Comicon. It is Friday, day 3 for us, day 2 for the convention. We've been doing a lot of gaming. We didn't do anything the first 2 days for filming because fuck it, I'm tired. We're gonna head into the hall, get a look around, and get you guys some footage of the actual convention itself and then the gaming area. So I'll see you guys there. So we are here in the convention center in the vendor hall. It is pandemonium. We saw some of the cast from iZombie. We went and took a picture with the Scooby-Doo crew. I'll give you a quick look around. And if you saw that, those are giant bottles of sriracha, and I will be heading that way because I am in a need. Okay guys, so day 4 of the convention. We haven't gotten a lot of gaming coverage. We haven't done a whole lot of stuff. We've been walking around. We've been meeting a lot of people, networking like crazy. Been super exhausted, but there's tons of pictures to take and show you guys, so enjoy it. We're on the bus on the way back to the convention for our 4th day and next to last day. So here we go, Wally Restaurant. Where you go to the Wally Restaurant?
It certainly was not. Oh, nice Wally, that's awesome.
Just smiling. I know when I was on the price is right.
Where are you going?
Thanks. What do you think?
It's a way that seems right to a man.
Percentage of his
The end of that way is death. My Jesus is
No, like most of the stuff outside, whoever.